Now get ready for some fun as we unveil our latest project here at Miracle. To introduce, here's our new studio manager, Mr. Tim O'Donnell.
I've been in the business of creativity for over 30 years. I worked my way up into the animation department where I worked on such classics as Mickey's Christmas Carol and Beauty and the Beast. Our goal is to steer this studio toward ultimately making its own classic movie.
At Disney, when we made an animated movie or feature film, it might take hundreds of artists 4 or 5 years to complete a film. For a small studio such as ours to complete our Miracle Mouse film means we are first putting our expertise and energy into developing a good story, characters, style, even the tone of the music and such. And then once we've developed the script and storyboards, then the next step is to find an investor or two to get behind the film. We've taken this process even a step further, and believe it or not, we are actually beginning to animate the first big musical sequence. In my 12 years at Disney, I had done a lot of things, but I had never gone to a music session. It still gives me goosebumps when I think of the day when Tom and Jackie and I went to that recording session with a full 36-piece orchestra and a great group of background singers. At that time, we also recorded some of the proposed Miracle Mouse movie's music along with this first musical sequence that we are now animating. The voice talent for about 30 different characters in that sequence were then done out in Los Angeles a few days before the music was done.
Open your eyes, you'll realize what a wonderland is on display.
Miracles surround our way.
No two the same.
Large studios spend years in visual development and pre-production before the first scene of an animated feature is even started. Because our studio is smaller, we've abbreviated the process into a much shorter time frame in trying to come up with a style for how our feature is going to look.
Books like Jumanji, Cat in the Hat, Curious George were all books that were turned into movies. Our goal was to do two things primarily with this book. First, I wanted the fantasy look of old, some non-perspective Alice in Wonderland type shapes, yet we wanted those shapes to feel real, using realistic color. While we are very much interested in creating a film reminiscent of Disney's golden classic era, we are not interested very much in retrotting paths and styling that have been trodden before.
In our movie's first animated sequence, we find Miracle Mouse and his co-worker friend, Okie Dokie the Beaver, just finishing their workday fixing neighborhood homes. While we've only completed a few minutes of this 5-minute sequence, I think that if you read the book, you'll get a good idea of how this all might play out when the entire movie's finished.
And now, the first few animated moments of the many stories of Miracle Mouse.
Well, that does it for today, Okie Dokie. Let's go home.
Okie dokie, let's go home.
Just think, we finished 3 jobs in one day. That's at least 3 miracles that happened today.
3 miracles?
Sure. Just imagine, old chum, all those smiling faces when we were finished. Thanks, Muskie. Couldn't have happened without a little miracle from us. Come on, Okie. That feeling puts the biggest smile of all right inside you, and that's my favorite miracle of all. See?
No.
Just look around, old chum. Geez whiz, miracles are happening inside, outside, and all around us every day if you just open your eyes and take notice.
They are? Like what miracles? Like where are they?
Look, Okie, it's like this. Miracles are happening.
Happening every day?
Look around, look up, look down. Miracles surround our way. Miracles are happening.
Happening every day.
Open your eyes, you'll realize what a wonderland is on display. Seeds become a flower.
Flowers, look, a bee.
Bees fly nectar to hives. Turning it to honey, we see miracles are happening.
This miracle's yummy. Hanging round.
Or in the ground.
Nature's natural bounty.
This project has been developed into both a feature film as well as into a weekly television series. While substantial time and money has gone into story development, music, and styling, we are seeking investors who agree that in a media world filled with computer, 3D, or wacky, irreverent animation, now is the time for a throwback revisit to the classic golden age of animation with the styling of Miracle Mouse. In our first adventure, our rough-cut animatic reveals our antagonist character, that's Miracle Mouse's boss, Cranky Crane. About the only thing Cranky loves better than his considerable riches is his privacy. The story unfolds as we briefly see a glimpse of Cranky's past and how this once beloved character has now become bitter and secretly desires to once again be loved by others. The main conflict begins when Cranky awakes one morning to have his cherished privacy interrupted by a flock of ducks.
Shoot! Shoot! Go away! I don't want neighbors! I don't even want visitors! Feathers and frustration in all my years. Ducks on my island? Not for long. Go away! Can't you read the signs? No visitors! You ding-dang ducks are trespassing on private property! My property! Why have all the dang nerve? Shoo! 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 You're dealing with the richest, meanest son of a gun you'll ever take off!
The story sees Cranky calling in various characters to attempt to rid the ducks. There's Carooster, the opera-singing rooster, and the widower, Mrs. Gander, the book-loving local school teacher. Nothing seems to work, and more ducks arrive after each attempt, until Cranky erupts, deciding to sell his beloved house and close his business as he fires Miracle Mouse and his best friend and co-worker, Okie Dokie the beaver. Cranky's anger causes turmoil for everyone, especially Miracle Mouse, who now begins to question everything he believed about his optimistic lifestyle and believing in life's little miracles. Well, the resolution involves a great storm revealing the worst obstacle in Cranky's life to actually be his biggest blessing in disguise. The ending is bittersweet and happy. Our test audiences who screened our rough animatic had children applauding and cheering and wanting to see more of Miracle Mouse.